Judgments and decisions are often described as if they were purely logical exercises. We gather information, weigh the evidence, and reach a conclusion. In reality, our feelings are deeply intertwined with the way we think. Emotions influence what we pay attention to, what we remember, how we perceive risks, and which outcomes seem especially important. As a result, understanding our judgments and decisions often requires understanding our emotional reactions as well. This is why a useful question in judgment and decision making is, how are my feelings influencing this judgment or decision? To understand why this question matters, it's helpful to distinguish between judgments and decisions. A judgment is an evaluation or estimate. We judge how likely an event is to occur, how risky a situation appears to be, or how beneficial an outcome might be. A decision involves choosing among alternatives. Although judgments and decisions are distinct, they are often closely connected. Before making any important decisions, people first must make judgments about the situation. They estimate probabilities, evaluate risks and benefits, and form expectations about what might happen. In this way, judgments often shape the decisions that follow. Emotions influence these judgments in important ways. One example is the affect heuristic. The affect heuristic refers to the tendency to use feelings as a source of information when making judgments. Something that feels positive, safe, or familiar may be judged as less risky or more beneficial. Something that feels frightening, unpleasant, or threatening might be judged as more dangerous or less beneficial. These judgments often occur quickly and automatically before people have consciously analyzed the available evidence. This process can be useful. Emotional reactions frequently summarize our past experiences and provide information that helps us respond efficiently to our environment. At the same time, feelings are not perfect indicators of risk or probability. Research on risk perception provides many examples of this. People often respond strongly to dread risks, situations that involve catastrophic consequences, severe outcomes, lack of control, or unfamiliar dangers. These characteristics can generate strong emotional responses and make certain hazards seem especially threatening. By contrast, risks that are familiar, voluntary, or perceived to be under our personal control often evoke less concern, even when they are objectively more dangerous. As a result, emotional reactions can influence our judgments about which risks deserve attention and decisions about which risks are worth taking or avoiding. Emotional reactions are also shaped by our memory. Events that are vivid, memorable, or heavily covered in the media are often easier to recollect. Because these events come readily to mind and they evoke strong emotions, they may seem more likely than they actually are. The ease with which an event can be remembered and the feelings associated with that event can work together, shaping judgments about risk and influencing the decisions that follow. The important point is not that feelings should be ignored. Emotions provide information, they direct our attention, and they help people respond efficiently in complex environments. In many situations, our feelings serve us remarkably well. The challenge is that feelings and probabilities are not the same thing. Something can feel dangerous and still be relatively unlikely. Something can feel safe and still involve substantial risk. Asking, are my feelings influencing this judgment or decision, encourages us to examine the role our emotional reactions may be playing in our thinking. It reminds us that our judgments and decisions are shaped not only by the facts and the probabilities, but also by our fears, familiarity, concern, excitement, and other emotional experiences. Recognizing these influences doesn't eliminate uncertainty or guarantee the correct answer. It can, however, help us distinguish between our emotional reactions and the evidence available to us. This distinction matters because judgments about risk and uncertainty often shape the decisions that follow. When we recognize the role our feelings are playing, we are better positioned to evaluate risks more carefully, make more deliberate choices, and improve our chances of reaching favorable outcomes. When uncertainty is high, one question that is often worth asking: how are my feelings influencing this judgment or decision?